Damn! So JLo killed the damn thing at the AMAs, huh? Welcome to 46. She looks good. So I just thought of a couple different things that would be cool to spark a conversation about, but nothing too in depth. They were just things that I ran across this weekend. The first being just how JLo killed it this weekend, and that's awesome. I didn't watch the AMAs, and I usually don't tend to watch award shows or anything like that. They're all so boring. But that JLo performance, I love to YouTube her performance the next day. You know what I mean? If somebody kills it at a award show, whether it's comedy or dancing or singing or whatever, I'll totally go and YouTube it. And I watched it. Holy shit! That was really good. Can I just throw out my? Okay, hold on. Oh my god, I just realized I had a burner running, for the last hour. Who does that? Who leaves a burner running? Jesus, thank god the kitchen is, I mean, my apartment, closet, okay? But, I was just gonna say, side note, um, the person who did the mix, the audio mix of blending all of those songs together and overlapping them and stuff, I thought it sounded really 2001. I was super confused, it wasn't done very well. The production of the mix of getting all those songs together. So that was the only part throwing me, but her dancing was on point, and my favorite part was obviously the shoutouts to all the people that she was doing their song and such. But that, Nikki, did that just make your life? Because you knew that in that quick moment, she had her honest reaction. She was like, this fucking bitch. And then she knew that the cameras were on her, and she totally flipped it, and she was like, it's J-Lo. J-Lo. America's sweetheart. So she couldn't say anything. Had that been a Miley or a Taylor or somebody irrelevant or somebody weaker than Nikki or somebody a little aged out, Nikki would have been all yapping. But because J-Lo is the goddamn 90s engine that could, she can't say shit. And so that's kind of cool. It's so cool to see somebody who knows what they are in the industry. She knows she's the dancer, right? Her and Britney, they're the dancers of the pop world, and they're America's sweethearts for that reason. You know, their voices are good, and it was good enough to give them a singing career, but you like them for their entertainment value, and Jennifer Lopez just knows how to deliver, and Nikki can't pick fights with people like that because Nikki just starts too much damn drama with everyone, so nobody takes her shit seriously. It's if you wouldn't have a beef with everybody, then maybe some of these would be valid, but whatever. Why don't you just go and maintain your man at home, huh? That's got to be breaking up sometime soon, right? The whole Meek Mill's Nicki thing. Ugh, I don't have a comment for that, but it's just stupid. You can tell that's a relationship that isn't. It's all for profiting. It's not even gonna help Nicki. It's only hurting her, and it's dividing the whole Young Money franchise and stuff. And she's stupid, but I love her music, and it was kind of cool that J Lo did at least 2, if not 3, songs that featured Nicki. And that in and of itself is kind of J-Lo's tribute, unless it was some shade. But I think from J-Lo it would be a tribute to hey, these are some great artists. She had people all over the board. And to feel anything other than humble and grateful that J-Lo covered your songs, I don't understand it. I don't understand the rivalries, these fake feuds and shit. Not that you should even pay attention. It's all a distraction. Who cares? Anyway, another thing that I noticed that was actually way cooler was that YouTube seems to be starting a campaign. I haven't looked into it much, so I don't know if it's YouTube specific or just YouTubers who got together, or if it was an organization that asked YouTubers to represent them. All of these things. But I saw that it was called Ours to Lose. Hashtag Ours to Lose. And I think that's really cool. I'm excited for that to get trending. I want people talking about that. I think the idea of talking climate change is important and played out. And when you have something that is equally as important, as equally as shunned by society, you need to handle it delicately. We need to do it differently. Or maybe it's not delicate. Maybe we just need to go balls in and force people to just fucking believe it and say, stop not believing it. You don't get an opinion. Stupid can't have an opinion. If humanity wants to survive, cool, we can let them talk, but it can't have weight. They can't just think they know what is happening with our future. We don't know. And that's the problem. And I think the main thing is people want to say scientists don't know, there's no guarantee. And because scientists work in a way that it's like, well, yeah, we're trying to figure out what is happening and we're making our best judgments at where things are headed. But yeah, they can't technically say this is what's going to happen. There's too much of a shit show going on behind the scenes. Nothing's really being told to us, so let's just all take care of the environment better. And it's really cool that YouTube has this thing trending, and it gave a little information about what you can do. And it's really cool that they have these young voices bringing up all of this information, such as 190 nations getting together around the world to discuss a global effort, things we can do to make a significant shift and stop emissions. And that'll be on ballot boxes probably in your local areas in December of this year. Look into it, do a quick Google search, you'll find it, not that hard. And that's great. It's great that we're getting that stuff out there and talking about it. I think the more that we have a voice behind it, the more power we're going to see that we have with this issue. And that's kind of where I wanted to segue this. I think speaking about it, getting it trending on social media, getting it talked about on the media, on the news at night, getting it talked about in your school, in your community, whatever you can do to help contribute to the conversation and at least get people thinking about what's going on. Because if you just take a simple look at the weather, everywhere is fucked up. If you look anywhere right now, you can tell the weather is chaos. We keep going from storm to storm. Different parts of the world are getting thrashed by the weather, and it only seems to continue to get worse. And honestly, there's something to be said. I've been seeing a lot of people having conversations about how they think that the weather, the climates around the world are actually affected by society, by how humanity is dealing with turmoil on the inside, and that's why all these storms are happening. Listen, crazier theories exist, and crazier theories have been proven true. I learned not to doubt anything that others think, because when it's proven that you were wrong, you just feel like a fucking dick. And there's no point in arguing other people that you're right on everything, because you're really wrong. Like, I'm wrong, you're wrong. A lot of people are wrong on a lot of things. So discussions need to happen so that we get to a point that's more factual. So all I'm saying is, let's have this discussion, but we're too late in the sense of having a discussion. The discussion needed to happen about 40 years ago, okay? And then something needed to happen, but it didn't. And that's how humanity dealt with it. So now we're code red and we're acting like, oh, let's start talking. No, talking's done. Talking's done and we're screwed. And we're heading towards higher temperatures, which means ice caps are melting, which means higher sea levels, which means water comes in, which means people go in. So it affects a lot of things. And then a lot of people are commenting on, I see discussions where a lot of people are commenting on this topic being talked about and saying, well, how come I'm hearing about an ice age in the near future if things are melting? And that happens when water is everywhere. You know, when water is coming in from the sea and then freezes because winter exists, and then the sun is not able to melt all of it, that's how you get ice ages, and they move in. So it's very possible that we could experience one within our lifetime. There's a lot of people theorizing that by 2030 could be the soonest mini ice age. If that's true or not, we have no idea. We can't judge our weather that far out. We've drastically changed it. We're speeding it up. It goes through these cycles. That's something people don't talk about enough. Earth has experienced this same type of global warming before. This is not the first time, and it's not going to be the last. It's just humans sped it up. So when we have these conversations, if we use the right words, I think more people would understand. Global warming and climate change has always happened. It's happened before. This will happen again. We didn't do anything to create it. We just sped up the process. So that's a little bit of information. But I think the conversation that really needs to be had, and good for these YouTubers, however, if we could get even more. And I think besides talking about the petition and the 190 countries coming together and the blah blah blahs with the puppets, and it's so good that they have that going, but if we could get another voice just even louder saying, okay, now that we fucked up and we didn't talk about this soon enough, we didn't act soon enough, Now what can we do? Because it's not over. We're not done. We have time to do things. We have enough time to make things better. And with some crazy things that scientists are finding out nowadays, we might be able to reverse damage we've done. And that is extremely cool. And even as a pessimist, you'd have to think, well, there's a gleam of hope. I mean, it's not like we're giving up. So I think good things are happening, cool people are out there doing really cool things, and our responsibility is just to add to the conversation. Keep it going, because the moment people stop talking about this topic, they think it's over. And that's the problem. This isn't something that has an end date. This is something humanity has to deal with the rest of our lives. Because we need to get the climate okay so that we can have agriculture and so we can have industry and we can take care of each other around the world. And we all benefit from that, so let's do it, right? Okay, done. All right, well, I just thought a couple random topics for a Monday would be great. It's a short week anyway, huh? How many of you are super excited that you only have a 3-day work week? Hopefully that's true for everybody. If it's not, I apologize, because it's awful working through a holiday. And to all my retail peeps, hashtag power through that Black Friday, okay? If you're open, I apologize. I am going to make a video about why all stores should be closed on Black Friday, and hopefully you get behind this. I think REI is doing an amazing campaign. We need people to just relax and have holidays off. That's a thing that just needs to happen. Okay. All right, well, that's another video, and we'll talk about that later. But hope you enjoyed today's, and leave a comment below with any thoughts you're having regarding any of these topics or anything else. Cool. Do it. All right. Happy Monday. See you later.